This is a video about how we made our first RC boat. So I have some drone parts lying around unused and decided it would be great to make an RC boat. Just strap a motor and propeller around a floating vessel, add some steering. How hard could it be? First, the design. I want to design it with double hulls to add stability. Honestly, I don't know anything about boat, but the catamaran design just looks more promising. So I open Fusion 360 and start making 3D model. I make it in Fusion 360 because I want to use CNC machine to cut the plywood. I'll just put a time lapse here cause I don't think I can explain my design process. It's quite abstract. After I feel good enough about the model, I just knock everything apart and lay it down on one plane. This way I could cut multiple pieces with single operation. I use a 1/4-inch end mill bit to cut everything. From here onward, I asked my friend to help with the assembly and filming. After screwing the plywood and making sure everything's fine, the CNC can now start cutting. The CNC is a homemade one, running on Arduino. This plywood is 45 by 45 cm, 5 mm thick. The sound of CNC sped up, it's quite funny. After repeating this operation 3 times, I can now move to the next operation. These are all the plywood parts that need to be assembled. Just a bit of sanding to make the surface smoother. Here I use random orbital sander. Because of the random sanding action, the tool does not leave swirl mark. We put some glue and put rubber bands around the hulls until the glue is set. This part is used to attach the motor, propeller, and steering mechanism. This flap will be driven by a servo to direct air from the propeller to steer the boat. This is the motor we use, 12-volt brushless DC motor, usually used in aero modeling plane. This is the ESC, used to control the motor speed. This is the receiver, for the remote control. After connecting the flap to the servo, we are ready for testing the steering and thrust. Oops! This motor is quite powerful. It should be more than enough to power the boat. So far so good. We finished gluing the hulls, and now we can see how it turns out. Some more testing. Now we ask for some opinion. The rabbit approves. Some layers of coating to make it waterproof. I coat it several times, then let it dry. This is the cover for the batteries and receiver. I need to make holes for the cables. The thrust and steering mechanism attached to the hulls only by 4 screws. We put some waterproofing for the electronics, in case of Titanic event. Everything is set, ready for action. And maybe. This is the moment of truth. The first touchdown. Will it float? Will all those works lost in vain? There's only one way to find out. It floats. Barely. Honestly, I thought it will float higher. Well, at least it's not sinking. Yet. This time with the power. The fish seems curious. The pond is too small, must test steering somewhere else. For now, just thrust. Danger averted. Ready for the next level. Slowly but surely, paving the way. The steering not so responsive, but it could turn. Checking everything, don't want to sink. The fish is following the boat. I cannot do reverse thrust. Bamboo pull to the rescue.
Oh shit.
There's a leak somewhere.
Oh,
The water
God.
come from inside the hull.
Okay.
Let's see the full thrust.
Oh my God.
Not bad. Change player. Now my friend in control. Bamboo pull to the rescue. We don't play too far from shore, don't want to stuck in the middle island. Need to keep the hull empty. The steering doesn't work without the thrust. Bad boat, don't play to the waterfall. Checking for the leak. Small leak found. A lot could be improved from this boat. Better waterproofing, more buoyancy, reverse thrust, rabbit power, maybe thrust vectoring. If you want to see more, please subscribe and thumbs up. Goodbye. For now.